So we've got 8x plus 4 equals 2x minus 5. So there's actually 4 things we can do, and they're all correct. So there's no one perfect way to solve this. So I'll go over them. Like, what we have to remember is, like, we need x on one side equal to some number like 5, or x equals like -1, or whatever the answer is. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so that's the first thing. So that kind of means we need x's on one side and numbers on the other, right? So let's just do things to make that happen, like step by step. Don't try to do it all at once. But so, for example, I could say, look, I'll get that 4 out of there, and I'll subtract, right? Or that could be the first step. Or the first step could be, I'll subtract 2x. Or the first step could be, I'll add 5. Because that'll get rid of that, put that 5 over there. Or the first step could be, I'll subtract 8x. Doesn't matter. But just do one of those things anyway. Yeah, probably the simplest actually is to subtract 2x. But again, like, there's no correct way. You guys all have to figure out, how am I going to get x equals something at the end? That's the trick. How do I end up with x equals something at the end? In fact, I might just solve this like 2 different ways. But in any case, let's just subtract 2x, because we got 6x plus 4 equals, and 2x minus 2x is 0, -5. Okay with that? You're all fine from there. You can all solve it from there, right? So that's done now. The problem's basically done. Everyone can do it from here, right?
Right. Because you would subtract 4 from both sides, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you just subtract 4 exactly. And we got 6x equals -9. And then we just divide by 6. And we get x equals, now -9 over 6, that can be simplified. If a fraction can be simplified, you should do it. 3 into 9 goes 3 times, 3 into 6 goes twice. So that's a negative over positive, a negative number. Negative in line with the fraction bar. Negative over positive gives a negative. 3 over 2, right? Or -1.5. That's another way of doing it, right? Or -1.5. All of these are correct. I don't care which one you use. They're all fine. Right? There's 3 different ways.
Okay.
That's improper fraction, mixed number, and decimal, right? Yep.
Right.
But really, it goes back to the first step. I mean, once we got to 2x subtracted, you're all okay with this part, because you've done that so many times. But the question is, well, what happens if I take a different step? Well, that's okay. I'll show you. So this is for fun. Let's do a different one. So instead of subtracting 2x, what do you want to do? Something else.
Well, I was adding them together, and that's where I was going wrong. So we could subtract the 8x?
Yeah, let's subtract 8x for fun. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now, it has to be both sides of the equal sign, right? So make sure that's happening. Now, 8x minus 8x is nothing, and so I got 4 over there. And 2x minus 8x, that's a positive 2 and a negative 8. That's 2 good guys, 8 bad guys. Right, so isn't that -6x?
Yeah.
Right. And now even here, this is something we're familiar with. Because you got, just now it's like, oh, just get x on its own. Right, that's the goal, get x on its own. Right, and so you might add 5, right? And you might get 9 is equal to -6x, right?
Right.
And then, so -6 times x, so divide by -6. Okay?
Okay, yeah, and then it would...
Yeah. And so, on the right, you got negative over negative positive. 6 over 6 is 1, so that's essentially 1x, or x, right?
Right.
On this side, I've got a positive over negative, so what's the sign going to be over here?
It would be negative.
So negative. Put the negative in line with the fraction bar. Negative in line with the fraction bar. And now simplify the fraction. 3 into 9. 3 times. 3 into 6.
2 times.
Yeah. So negative 3 over 2. And again, I don't care if you guys write negative 1.5 or negative 1.5. These are all correct. They're all great. Be nice to be able to do them all. But anyway. Okay. Let's see. And I just can't help resist, in case anybody did it a different way, just to show that like you're gonna get negative 3 over 2 no matter what you do. Doesn't matter which way you go, you'll get there in the end, right? So just really quickly, it's going to show. Okay, so what happens if I subtract 4? Just subtract 4, all will be well as long as you don't make a mistake. You'll get 8x equals 2x and negative 5 minus 4. 5 bad guys and 4 bad guys, that's 9 bad guys. I'm in debt $5, I spend 4, now I'm in debt by 9. And so now the problem is I've got an x here and an x here. What students need to remember is I need to get x's on one side and numbers on the other. I need x equals something. So I need to get rid of that 2x. That 2x is complicating my life. Subtract it. 6x equals negative 9. And look what happens. We get the same answer. X equals, simplify this. We've done it twice already. Negative 3 over 2. Oh, 2, not 2 over 2. Make sense?
Yep.
So in any case, so we subtracted 4 and it still worked out. So.